Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have to be very careful what I say in this video, like in all my videos, because free speech is not very popular with this thing here. And I have to tell the truth, or at least make an analysis and try to mildly touch the surface of what exactly I would like to convey. But you are smart people and you will understand, I'm sure. So what happened? You know, the tragedy in the country of France, and I got to learn by experience that the mass media, not only in the United States of America, but in other Western free countries, have their own agenda. I didn't know that when I was younger. I thought that the free mass media, I fell for it because that's how the propaganda went. But when I started living in the West and I started reading and understanding other things and getting more information, I realized that no. And I'm going to give you some little examples. When someone gets killed, for instance, you remember that guy who attacked Zimmerman in Florida, and Mr. Zimmerman shot the attacker, remember? The first, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, maybe more, Zimmerman was the monster. I don't know if he was the monster or not. He was acquitted by law. So anyway, the first two weeks or so or more, Zimmerman was the bad guy, 100%. The attacker, the teenage choir boy, whatever, he was just a victim over there because got shot by this guy. So that was one example. The other one was with the other guy who he was just shot by the police, coming with a hands up, don't shoot, don't shoot. And again, the mass media for the next 2-3 weeks portrayed a certain kind of picture, and with time we realized it was not really like that. It was really something else, or not something else, more to that kind of changed the picture. Therefore I said, wait a minute, and these are just 2 examples I can give you more than that, more than this. And you can look at, for instance, at what was his name, the teen guy, the teenager from that Catholic school on the footsteps of Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., and that elder showed up in front of him, remember? And the mass media was saying that the teenager was provoking the elder to show up at the group and beat his drum and so on. And he was vilified for about 3 weeks or so of the incident, to find out later that it was not quite like that. So these are 3 examples, slam dunk, okay? So this is just for you, not for me. I have more in the past that I can provide, but that's not the point. My point is the mass media provides a certain kind of narrative in the first day, and they run with it. They might not know shit about it, but they portray it in the same way all the time. A tragedy, they portray it in a certain way. And it's not to, I think, to get things down, de-escalate the situation. No, on the contrary. And you need about 2 or 3 weeks after the whole havoc is over there and destruction and all that to say, actually, give us more information that they had. But 2 or 3 weeks, they're going to go with the same narrative. Friends, a teenage boy was shot by police. And that was all you needed to know. Bad police, poor victim. Okay, the guy was shot, poor, bad situation. How did the media report it? That's it. This guy shot that guy. And then you realize what the intention was. What happened? You know what happened. We are in this for about a week almost? 6 days, 5 days. And we have finally, after the French oppression system brought its law enforcement departments, and they tried to contain the violence and all that, the riots. Now we have people showing up and say, hey, I urge you to not riot anymore. After how many days? And I'm going to give you an example, not an example, I'm going to give you an example. But let's read this article first. We have here a grandmother of the child victim, of the teenage victim. Oh, I'm sorry for him. I definitely am. But sometimes, Anyway, Reuters. Shot teenager's grandmother urges end to French overnight riots. This is 1 hour ago. Today, I have to remind you, is Sunday, the 2nd of July. Do you remember when this started? So this is Sunday. So the grandmother shows up now. This is portrayed as a brave thing to do. Like, oh, she does the right thing. After how many days? Paris. The grandmother of a teenager shot dead by police during a traffic stop in a Paris. That's all you need to know. That's the narrative. That's all. There's no details in there whatsoever. Said on Sunday she wanted the nationwide rioting triggered by his killing to end after a fifth night of unrest. I'm telling them, the writers, to stop. Now let me tell you this. This is how I see this one. This person showing up after what? Tuesday? Was that 5 days they said here? 4 days? Fifth night of unrest. So after, let's say, 5 days, I'm getting only 5 days, 5 days of unrest, you show up and tell those guys, you first, let's go with this one. She didn't have to say anything. All right? Nothing. She didn't have to. But if you realize that people are doing that in the name of something, maybe you should come the first day and say, no, I disavow. I'm not, supporting that kind of. The first day when you see damage, destruction, and riots, you don't wait 5 days. I'm going to tell you now the little analogy. You see a person over there now after the riots are being contained, and now after the police takes control. Now you come and say it. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm implying. You got that right. It's like you see someone raping someone over there, which is a wrong thing, right? And you wait, and you wait, and you wait. And the rape is ongoing, okay? It's occurring. And then you see the police showing up. Pam, pam, pam. And the guy, the rapist, starts, oh my God, something, I get surrounded. And then you say, excuse me, that's a rapist over there. Excuse me, I would like to report a rapist. I don't support that act. After he's almost done, after, let's say, 7 minutes or 5 minutes of rape, only then I disavow. Say, no, that's a wrong thing to do when you see the police are surrounding the guy. Only then. That's how I see this. So the grandmother should not be, I think, seen here, as the article suggests. Like, yes, she comes out. No. After 5 nights? What prevented you from coming from the first night? Did you think the first night was okay? And the second one was okay? The third one was okay, but then now the fifth one is not okay? It took you 5 days to realize that was wrong? Remember, you didn't have to say anything. But the fact that you say it after 5 days doesn't look good to me, at least. You should have come out the first second and condone that and say, no, condemn that and say, no, 5 days. It's like you let something go on and then you say, that's it. Remember when Napoleon Bonaparte, the great French general, used to, fight against the big coalitions against him, not the other way around. They called the fifth coalition. Remember what was the rule? If I remember, they were 48 hours. I think it was 48, not 24. But doesn't really matter. 24 or 48. He led the Grande Armée to go and plunder the city they siege. So if you remember, they were allowed to go in and plunder for about, I can remember, 24 or 48 hours. And after 48 hours, the plundering was stopped. And the rape and all that stopped. And it sounds to me, somehow, not that someone gave an order, but it was all understood by the Grande Armée that they would go in and plunder and take whatever they want, whomever they want, do whatever they want for 24 hours or 48 hours. I can remember, I think it was 24 hours. I remember when Napoleon said one time that he doesn't want to do that. I don't remember, I think it was Vienna, when he didn't allow that, and the army almost had a little insurrection, armed insurrection against Napoleon. It was Vienna, I can't remember, but it doesn't matter, it happened. So you say it from the very beginning, that's wrong, and you don't do that in the name of what? Is that the reaction? Is that a civilized society? Now, I don't know if this video is going to go through on this gatekeepers of the truth, but I think this act should not be hailed as, yes, yes, good. She came out and said, after 5 days of ongoing this, no, no. You should have come the first second you saw that as wrong. Don't tell me you were in shock and you needed 5 days. You could be, but I have the right to interpret it the way I see it, if these guys allow me or not. But still, 5 days, 5 minutes of rape, and the cops get on you, and then oh, excuse me, that's wrong what he's doing over there. He's been doing for 5 minutes. Is wrong. Why didn't you say it the second you saw it and you called? Just because you might not. Anyway, that's good enough. I'm hoping that this is going to be able to be posted. Otherwise, you're going to see this on Rumble. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.